have you here with us. I have Leanne Ron with Action Point Financial with us. And we actually work together on quite a few things involving real estate and financial planning. And so we wanted to come to you guys today and talk to you kind of about the current situation a little bit. Obviously, things are very uncertain. The real estate market seems a little confusing. People are on edge about it. I just want to remind everybody simply that this is a medical crisis. It's not a housing one. So that basically just means it's not like 2008 where it was a housing crisis and that's why the economy fell apart. There are obviously we can't predict the future, but there's a lot of experts saying that this will be more of like a V curve where it will just it will go down a little bit, but then it'll shoot right back up once this is over. And so that's kind of what we're going for and hoping for, which means right now, if you are ready and able, could actually be a really good time to buy. So talk to me about that later, but right now we're going to focus on the idea that a lot of people are getting money for different reasons right now, especially stimulus packages and stuff like that, or maybe you're just getting a bonus income if you're still working. And so Leanne's going to talk a little bit about what you can use that money for. And so this can apply obviously to right now when we have these specific situations going on, but then also in real life, if we're not in the middle of a COVID-19 situation and you have a bonus coming or something that's just added on, and how you can put this towards things to help you get ready to buy a house. So Leanne, would you like to kind of inform us on this and give us some of your ideas for this?
Yeah, absolutely. So like Aubrey said, a lot of you guys are getting these stimulus checks, potentially bonus income. And the big question is, right, how do I spend that? So first and foremost, the advice or suggestions I'm giving right now, this isn't for everyone, right? It's not a cookie cutter advice. If it was, it'd be a lot easier, but it's not. Everybody has different needs. One spouse is out of work, they might need to use that towards rent or towards food or towards their mortgage. So if you are in a position where you feel comfortable financially and you are looking really just what to spend this on and you already have everything else taken care of, this is more for you specifically. And when we're talking to buyers, you're looking at potentially buying a house, there are some good things to think of and not to forget financially. So that first one I would say is don't forget about having an emergency fund. Maybe you have one right now, but you want to just add more into it, because remember, when you do buy a house, there's going to be emergencies that happen. It happens to everyone, and that's something people often forget because it's not the most exciting thing to think about. So I would suggest maybe adding that to your emergency fund or establishing one if you don't have one already. Another idea would be potentially a repair fund. Maybe you're purchasing a house that you do want to make some repairs or upgrade a little bit here and there. Maybe just have that on hand for when you do go in and you find that perfect house and you buy it and you move in and you're ready to make those repairs or upgrades. That's a potential opportunity for that money as well. Another thing though, even before you buy the house, is don't forget about closing costs. When you do go to purchase the house you find with Aubrey, those closing costs often are between 3 to 5% of the purchase price. So if you have a $150,000 house and it has closing costs of 5%, you're going to pay roughly around $7,500 in closing costs. A lot of people forget about that. They just think, okay, I have this amount of money for the down payment, but then they're surprised when they have to pay a couple $1,000s in closing costs. So just remember your budget of that purchase price that you want to go and look for a house that it's going to cost this much, and then go ahead and multiply that by 5% at the max, right? And you can just be prepared for, those unexpected costs that you might have forgotten about. So I would say those are 3 main things that you could use any stimulus checks for or extra income.
Thank you, Leanne, for sharing that. I think that we can all take something from this and kind of figure out where we should be putting our money right now, especially if we are looking to buy a home. I think this is a great way to start investing that money right now while not a whole lot is going on. And like I said, the market is still moving. Please feel free to ask questions. I know this is an uncertain time, but if you're ready, it is a great time to look into buying. But if not, this is a perfect time to get ready for it, like Leanne has said. And if you guys are interested, we do have first-time homebuyer events, and right now they're virtual with everything going on, but then we're slowly going to be able to move into having them back in a space again with a group of people. But if you'd like to be a part of that, please reach out. We will be glad to invite you to the next one. And we just kind of go through the process and give you some information so you can feel comfortable and educated and informed when it comes to buying your home. But if you think this is helpful, I would love for you to subscribe and just to get a hold of either Leanne or I, and that information will be in the description. So feel free to reach out with any questions or concerns that you have. But other than that, thank you so much, Leanne. And I'm just so glad we can have her on. And we will hopefully see you all soon.